Okay, so in the yesterday's lecture we have discussed about the input devices which are used for generally used for the automation. The main or commonly used input devices are push buttons. Okay, but these push buttons are of push and release types. So these are the special industry grade push buttons that are used for the industrial automation. Then after that we have discussed the limit switches. These limit switches are used when we want to just switch on or switch off the circuit with the help of mechanical movement, certain sort of mechanical movement without the physical intervention. Okay, if I want to operate certain device on and off with the help of certain mechanical movement, then I will go for the limit switch. Then we will discuss about the selector switch. This selector switch is used for what purpose? The selector switch is used to select the various speed or either on operation, off operation, forward, reverse. Okay, if you want to rotate the motor in forward direction, then you are going to put the switch in forward direction. If you want to rotate the machine in reverse direction, then you can just put the switch on reverse direction. So that is one application of selector switch. Or you can operate the device at variable speeds such as regulator of fan. So if I want to operate the fan at different speed, then I can go for the selector switch. Okay, so regulator is an example of selector switch. Second example of selector switch is in your mixer. Okay, in your mixer we are sometimes you are going to rotate the mixer at different speeds. So we have normally three speeds over there, 1 2 3. In your refrigerator also there is a selector switch which can be used for maintaining the temperature inside the refrigerator. So for that purpose they have given cold, coldest, okay, medium, and like this, or 1 2 3 4 5. So selector switches at application when you want to just use a multiple one out of the multiple option. The next one is the pressure switch that yesterday we discussed. In process industries, sometimes we need to maintain the pressure to certain limit. So at that time we are going to use the pressure switch. If the pressure goes beyond certain limit, then the pressure switch will open the wall or give the triggering command to the wall, and the wall will open and release certain pressure. Then we have used discuss about the proximity switch in the yesterday's lecture. Proximity switch and limit switch, there is a main difference between these two. Limit switch require the physical contact, and proximity switches does not require the physical contact. They will just detect the presence or absence of the object when the object comes in the close proximity with them. Okay, when the object comes near to this, they can detect it without physical contact. So these proximity switches are of two types: inductive proximity switches and capacitive proximity switches. So that things we have discussed in the yesterday's lecture. Now today we will focus on output devices. So the most commonly used output device in the industrial automation is the relay. Okay, if you have seen the relay has certain such type of 5 terminals: 1 2 3 4 5. So these relay can be used for low power application. Actually, if say my PLC or my controller we works on 5 volt DC supply, the output of controller is basically 5 volt DC supply. And if I want to just operate a AC device with the help of that, or if I want to control the AC device with the help of this controller, that is not possible because the rating of my AC device is 110 volt or 230 volt AC in case of India. Okay, so when you are going to operate the 230 volt AC device with the help of your microcontroller, then we need to use a relay in between the microcontroller or your PLC and your device or AC device. So these relay can be operated at 3 volt, 5 volt, 6 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt and 24 volt. So these relays are available in the market in this rating. So 3 volt, but most commonly used the relays are 5 volt and 9 volt and 12 volts. Now these relay have 5 terminals. If you are going to observe over here, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Out of these 5 terminals, 2 terminals are used for supply purpose. So just these 2 terminals, say these are connected to the output of your controller. Whatever the output of your controller, these are the coils. Okay, and this is the common terminal. This common terminal is basically used for controlling your device, whatever the device you want to control. And these are either NO terminal or NC. So out of this, one is your normally open contact and second one is your normally closed contact. Now how to make the connection? This common one wire should be connected to the common terminal. These are coming from your PLC or your controller. Okay, and this is your negative. Okay, supply negative over here. Now, so what happened? This common terminal may be connected to the AC voltage. That may be your 230 volt AC, that may be your 110 volt AC in case of US. And if it is DC, then it should be 5 volt DC, 9 volt DC, 12 volt DC, or 24 volt DC. Okay, so this common terminal is connected to any one voltage level as per the requirement of your application. And whatever the device you want to control with this, that should be connected to either NO or that should be connected to either NC. So if I want to off the device when the relay will trigger, when the triggering pulse is given to the relay, then I have to connect it to the NC terminal. Okay, but if I want to on the device when the relay is trigger, at that time I need to connect it to the NO terminal. Okay, so now we are going to just see the working of this with the help of one simulation over here. So I just clear all this. Now here you can see that these are the terminals. This is my coil terminals. Just we have seen here, these are the three terminals. Out of these three terminals, two terminals are coil and one terminal is your common terminal. So, and these upper two terminals are NO contact and NC contact. NO stand for normally open contact and NC stand for your normally closed contact. In terms of PLC, these are called as XIC and XIO. Examine if open and examine if closed. So that we are going to discuss in the chapter number 2. Now here, how to make the connection of your relay over here. So inside the relay there is a coil. Okay, such type of coil is there inside the relay. To this coil I am giving the supply. So when the supply is given to the coil, at that time the current will flow through the coil, and whenever current will flow through the coil, at that time it will produces the magnetic field, and because of this magnetic field, the central contact or the common contact which is present over here, that will get oscillated, that will get attracted. Okay, so normally what happened, this is called as the plunger over here, or this is my common contact over here. This is making a connection with this one. So the point to which it is remains connected when the relay is in unenergized state is called as the NC contact, and the point to which it will make the connection after the relay is energized, that is called as the NO contact. Okay, so normally close means what? When the relay is unenergized, means the supply is not given to the relay. At that time, the common contact is always in contact with the NC contact, and your supply is going to just flow through this one. Okay, so this is my system over here. But when the supply is given to the relay coil, at that time the relay coil get energized, and when the relay coil get energized, this NC contact will open and NO contact will close. So when the NC contact will open, what happen at that time? When the NC contact will open, at that time the device which is connected to the NC contact will de-energize or will stop working, and the device which is connected to the NO contact will get energized or it will start working. So this can be explained with the help of this example which you are going to be discussed over. So this is a lamp. Now, so this is my DC supply which I have connected to the coil, and with the help of one switch I am going to energize the coil and de-energize the coil. So when the switch is off, at that time the coil is de-energized, the relay is not operating. Okay, when the coil of the relay is de-energized, at that time the lamp is off. Okay, but when I am going to close this button, push button, at that time the current will flow through the coil of the relay, and when the current will flow through the coil of the relay, what happens, this common terminal get attracted towards the NO contact, and it will make a contact with the NO, and it will complete the circuit through this one, common to NO to your battery to your lamp, and the lamp will glow. So this is how the relay will operate. Is there any difficulty in the operation of relay?
No, sir.
Naresh Kumar, Naresh Kumar, Mohsin Sheikh,
Anka take
Naresh Kumar, Amar Shendore, no reply. Sir, me audio problem. Okay, so am I audible to all of you?
Yes,
Trushar
Yes,
Bangar,
sir.
do you understand the working
Yes,
of
sir.
relay?
Yes, yes, sir.
Will you please explain?
त्याच्यामध्ये रिलेमध्ये 5 टर्मिनल्स असतात
Hmm.
आणि 2 टर्मिनल एनो आणि एनसी 2 टर्मिनल असतात
Oh,
त्याच्यामध्ये
okay.
आणि एनो हा नॉर्मली ओपन असतो येस एनसी हा नॉर्मली क्लोज असतो
Okay.
आणि एक कॉमन टर्मिनल असतो त्याला
ओके. कॉमन टर्मिनल कशाला कनेक्ट करतो आपण?
कॉमन टर्मिनल ग्राउंड
नाही. Common terminal is not always connected to the ground. Okay, sometimes
ओके
that depends on. So either common terminal is connected to the device which you are going to be control. That आपण जे आता इथे एक्झाम्पल बघितलं, तुम्ही इथे लॅम्प आहे, या लॅम्पचे 2 टर्मिनल्स आहेत. Okay, so I will again show you how to make the connection of this common terminal over here. Now I will erase this diagram. Okay, so this is my relay. This is the common terminal of relay. Suppose this is my common terminal of relay. Now this common terminal is connected to the supply. Okay, either positive of the supply or negative of the supply, depending on whether you want to go for which type of connection. Okay, so sink type or source type. That sink types and source type that we are going to discuss later on, but here we are going to discuss. So this is my common terminal. Now this one point is your NC contact, and on the second side it is your NO contact. Okay, and if I want to control the device, say I want to control the motor with the help of this one. Okay, so if I want to start the motor after relay is energized, जर मला मोटर रिले एनर्जाइज झाल्यानंतर ऑन करायची असेल तर मी ती कुठे कनेक्ट करणार आहे? यनो कॉन्टॅक्टला. सो दिस इज माय मोटर ओव्हर हियर. Okay, and if I want to start the motor when the relay is energized, at that time I am going to connect it to the NO contact. Okay, is it clear? याच्यामध्ये ही जी डायग्राम ड्रॉ केली आहे यामध्ये मी कॉइलला स्किप केलेलं आहे आता. नाव ॲज्युम दॅट दिस इज युअर कॉइल ओव्हर हियर. ओके, आणि या कॉइलला सप्लाय दिल्यानंतर कॉइलचे मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस होणार आहे. वेन आय हॅव गिवन द सप्लाय टू दिस कॉइल, the magnetic field will get produced over here. So when this magnetic field will produce, what is the property of the magnet? It will attract a piece of iron towards it, and the common terminal is to the common terminal we attach one plunger over here. So what happen when this magnetic field get produced? It will attract that plunger towards it. So this will move from NC contact towards the NO contact, and when it will move from NC contacts towards the NO contact, what it will do? It will just make a contact with NO and complete the circuit through the NO contact. So this is like this one. Okay, now this common terminal, say it is my either 12 volt DC, it may be 24 volt DC, it may be 110 volt AC, or it may be 230 volt AC. So it might be 12 volt, it might be 24 volt. Okay, whatever the voltage level that you are going to use for the DC supply, 5 volt, 6 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt, 24 volt. At the max we are going to go for the 24 volt only. Okay, 5, 6, 9, 24. And if it is a AC, then for that AC here it is a phase, and that becomes your second terminals becomes your neutral. So it might be 120 volt AC, or it might be 230 volt AC over here. Is it clear? 230 volt AC over here. Now how you are going to make the connection? Now these two connections to which you are going to connect the common terminal, that depends on whether you want to go for source connection or sink connection. Okay, in source connection you are going to provide the positive, and in sync connection you are going to provide the negative. सोर्स कनेक्शन मध्ये कॉमन आपण फेजला कनेक्ट करणार किंवा पॉझिटिव्हला, आणि सिंक कनेक्शन मध्ये कॉमन जो टर्मिनल आहे तो आपण निगेटिव्हला किंवा न्यूट्रलला कनेक्ट करणार आहे. ओके, सो दिस इज माय मोटर. Now what happen when the supply is given to this coil? In this case, say with the help of this switch I am going to control the coil. So this is the positive and this is my negative over here. So when the switch is closed, the relay coil get energized, and after energizing of the relay coil, your current will flow from phase to the common to the NO contact to the motor to the negative, and the motor start running. Okay, when this coil get de-energized, if I open the switch open केल्यानंतर तुमची coil de-energize होऊन जाईल आणि coil de-energize झाल्यानंतर जो contact आहे, okay, so this NO contact will open. Now when this NO contact will open, what happen? The supply to the motor get disconnected and the motor will stop working. Okay, so this is how you are going to operate the system. Now for that purpose, as what is the application of this in the industrial automation? Now instead of manually on and off, here whatever the switch we have discussed, we are going to operate it manually. So instead of manually on and off, we are going to operate this switch with the help of temperature sensor either, or you are going to use this pressure sensor, or you are going to use proximity sensor over here, or you are going to use over here the limit switch. Okay, so when I will go for this type of sensor, so my system is going to be automatic. ओके, जी मॅन्युअल सिस्टीम आपण डिस्कस केली, या स्विचला, हा मॅन्युअल स्विच आहे, या स्विचला जर मॅन्युअल स्विचला मी टेम्परेचर सेन्सर किंवा प्रेशर सेन्सर किंवा प्रॉक्सिमिटी सेन्सर किंवा लिमिट स्विच, रीड स्विच यांनी जर रिप्लेस केलं, सो ॲट दॅट टाइम माय सिस्टम बिकम्स ऑटोमॅटिक सिस्टम. ओके, सो दिस इज हाऊ यू कॅन मेक द system as an automatic system over here. Okay, but what happen, whatever the relay we have discussed, this relay can be used only up to 230 volt. Okay, but in industrial automation, in industry we are not going to operate all the devices such as 230 volt. So whatever the devices which you are going to use in the actual industrial automation, so we are going to use a contactor. So this is an example of contactor. Such type of devices we are going to use in the industry. They can be used for three-phase supply. Okay, whatever the relay can be used, this simple relay can be used for single phase supply, but in industry we are going to use three-phase supply. So for that purpose we are going to use the contactors. Now these contactors will trigger with the help of your say various sensor. This sensor will give you the output, and the output of the sensor can act as an input to these devices, and when this device will activate, at that time your motor will start or stop. This is how you are going to use the output devices. So the one of the most commonly used output device in the industry is the contactor. Is it clear? Now is it clear, Tushar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So apart from this is the most commonly used in output device in the industry. Apart from this, we are going to use some other output devices also. What are those output devices? So solenoid valve is the most commonly used output device in the process industry. Say one example in for domestic application of this solenoid valve in your RO system. तुमच्या घरामध्ये आरोचं प्लांट जर असेल किंवा आरो आपण इन्स्टॉल केलेला असेल, तर त्यामध्ये तुम्ही ब्ल्यू कलरचा एक सोलेनाइड वॉल्व बघता. सो दॅट सोलेनाइड वॉल्व कॅन ऑटोमॅटिकली control the amount of water that is going to be come inside the RO system. Okay, so depending on the level, if your RO storage tank is completely filled, it will disconnect the supply. Okay, so this is the solenoid valve which can be commonly used in the industry or in the gas station or petrol pump. In petrol pump also they are going to just put the numbers 200 rupees, 100 rupees petrol, and they are going to just start. After that it will automatically disconnect the say your that particular amount of diesel or petrol is going to be just released. It will disconnect the supply for that one. Okay, so this is your solenoid valve which is commonly used in the process industry. Second commonly used output device is the indicating lamp. So basically you are on the panel, industrial panel, you can observe the different colors of the industrial lamp. So that may be green, yellow, blue, okay, or that may be red. So red color indicates that if in case of say warning, we are going to use the red color indicator, and for showing whether the phases are available, we are going for RYB, red, yellow and blue, as three-phase supply is there. So in most of the panel you can observe this indicating lamps over here. Red just indicate that your R phase is available, Y represent your Y phase is available, and B represent your B phase is available. Sometimes you are going to use green and red also. So where green is indicate that your machine is in the running state, and red indicate that machine is in the stop state. Okay, or if you are going to use the dual starter ला पण दोन कलरचे बटन्स असतात, रेड कलर आणि green color. So green color is normally used for starting application, and red color is used for stop application. Okay, so this is your indicating lamps which are commonly used in the industry. Apart from this, we are so in case of say safety or in case of certain warning, we have to use the audio visual. So visual is your indicating lamp, okay, but sometimes what happens, the workers are not able to just notice all the times that indicating lamp, so we need to give some sirens also. Sirens or hooters are there, so they are giving certain uh, so they are going to be activated at certain location or certain point. So these points may be when there is danger, there may be fire or there may be certain emergency situation. So at that emergency situation we are going to start the sirens over here. Okay, so sirens are also used in the industry as an output device over there. Then you are going to use the solid state relay. Solid state relays are also commonly used nowadays. Whatever the relay we have discussed, these are electromechanical relay. आपण आधीच्या स्लाइड मध्ये जो रिले बघितलाय तो इलेक्ट्रोमेकॅनिकल रिले. आणि इलेक्ट्रोमेकॅनिकल रिलेचे सर्टन डिसएडवांटेजेस आहे. वन डिसएडवांटेज इज दॅट ओव्हर द पिरियड ऑफ टाइम, बिकॉज ऑफ द एजिंग, the electromechanical relay does not operate properly, and sometimes it will make the cluttering sound. Okay, and there may be a short circuit problem. They are going to make on and off, on and off. Okay, there may be a possibility of electromagnetic interference also. So to avoid that, nowadays we will prefer the solid state relay. Definitely the cost of this solid state relay is somewhat higher than the electromagnetic relay, but they are more reliable. Okay, so these solid state relays are also used as a output devices over here. Okay, so apart from this, there are some other output devices are also used in the industry that we will discuss later on. Just wait. Hello. हाँ बोला.
You are now muted.
हाँ बोला. हाँ. तुझे मेंटर कोण आहे? त्यांनी पासवर्ड दिला, युजर आयडी पासवर्ड. ओके, मे बी मग पासवर्डचा इश्यू असेल तुझा काहीतरी. ते पासवर्डचे कॅरेक्टर व्यवस्थित बघितलेस का? एक मिनिट, पासवर्ड काय आहे तुझा? हा पाठव बरं.
You are now unmuted.
Okay. So Naresh Kumar, the audio problem is resolved or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what we have discussed?
Sir, about the output devices.
Okay. What are the applications of your solenoid valve?
The solenoid valve is used to stop of the accurate amount of liquid or something which we have to put. It stops when the liquid has been completed.
Okay. So now,
as you have given the example of petrol pump and all.
Okay, some example of petrol pump we have discussed. In your home, in the RO system, we are going to use the solenoid valve. For industrial applications, just we have visited to Godavari last time, Godavari milk plant. Okay, so in that they are going to just pack the pouches for 200 ml, 500 ml, 1 liter, 5 liter of milk. So in which they are going to use the solenoid valve. Okay, so how the system will work over there? In that case, what happen? When the pouch will come under that say hopper, it will just, the solenoid valve will on. Okay, when the solenoid valve, it will just release the milk into the pouch, and after and beside that there may be, we can control it by two means, either a timing or you are controlled by using the weight. Okay, strain gauge we are going to use. Strain gauge can also be used as an input device over here, or you can use control this amount by using timing also. But if you want to go for the timing, you need to do the multiple calculations, and in case of timing there may be sometimes what happen, say when my hopper is completely filled, so initially the amount or the flow rate will be high, but as the level in the hopper go on decreasing, the flow rate will be reduces. And if I am going to use the timing for filling of these milk pouches, it might be possible that initially the milk pouches might be 200 ml or 500 ml, whatever the quantity you want to fill in that. But over the period of time, when the hopper it's somewhat empty, or it is just gone empty. So instead of 500 ml, only 460 or 450 ml milk may be there. Okay, so we cannot recommend to use the timing over here. Instead of, we are going to go for the strain gauge. So strain gauge will just measure the amount of liquid or milk into the pouches, and once the milk level is there as per your requirement, whatever the base value you have set, so it will give the triggering signal to the solenoid valve or your the PLC, and the PLC will close the solenoid valve. Okay, same thing is going to be happen in your RO system, but RO system is semi-automatic. Automatic in the sense we are not going to use any controller over there. Instead of controller, that we are going to use over the limit switches. So limit switch can give you the signal to the solenoid valve to start or stop based on the NO and NC contact which are connected to it. Okay. So what is the application of siren? Amar Sendore. Chetan Gavane. भूषण खंडागडे. भूषण खंडागडे. तुषार वांगर. तुषार वांगर.
Yes, sir.
What is the
Yes, sir.
application of hooter or siren?
It is an alarm system used in various banks and industries.
Okay. Now, the next thing that we are going to discuss, these are the symbols, various symbols used in the industry. Okay. So these symbols, basically what happen when you are going to draw the diagram, control diagram, there are two types of connection in the industry: control circuit and power circuit. Okay, so in control circuit we are going to show these devices by using their symbols. We are not supposed to draw the device as it is. If I'm going to draw the device, then it is quite difficult. So all over the world they have standardized certain symbols, and these symbols can be used globally. Okay, the meaning of these symbols is same throughout the world, everywhere you go. Okay, so the commonly used symbol for industrial automation, the first symbol is NO relay contact, normally open relay contact. So it is the symbol similar to your capacitor. If you are going to see two parallel lines and two horizontal lines. Okay, so this is the symbol of NO contact. Second is, this is the NC contact symbol over here. Okay, two parallel line and one line crossing through each other, crossing between these two parallel lines. So this is the NC, normally closed. Okay, what is the meaning of normally open and what is the meaning of normally closed? So normally open means what? When the system is de-energized, in that state these contacts are open. When my system is de-energized means what? When the supply is not given to the system, the contacts are open. These are called as normally open contacts. Okay. Second, NC, when the system is de-energized, in the de-energized state of the system, if the contacts are closed, then these are called as normally closed contacts. Okay, so what is going to be happen when the system is energized? When my system is energized, at that time my NO contacts are closed and NC contact will open. When my system gets energized or the controller is get energized, at that time the NO contact will close. Okay, and NC contact will open. Okay, so this is very important thing you have to keep in mind. Your 90% of automation logic depends on the understanding of these two concepts only, NO and NC. If you will understand this concept, then you can easily do the automation of any process or any application. Okay, next commonly used symbol is the relay coil. Okay, so this relay coil is represented by a circle. Okay, so this relay coil is normally used for as an output. These is called as NO contact, NC contacts is these are your input, and for output purpose we are going to use the symbol of relay coil over here. Okay, then the symbol of indicating lamp. This is indicating lamp is also your output device. So what is the difference between the relay coil symbol and indicating lamp symbol? The relay coil symbol is simply a circle, and indicating lamp symbol is circle with certain 4 lines, okay, passing through the circle. Okay, so this is the indicating lamp symbol. Then heating element. Okay, so this heating element is also output device over here. Now this output device symbol is just like your pulse, okay, or square waveform. Then next output device symbol is commonly used in the industry is the solenoid coil. So solenoid coil symbol is just like the pulse that we are going to just observe in the ECG over here. So this is the symbol of your solenoid coil. Then NO type push button switch. So remember over here, the push button symbol and contact symbols are different. In contact symbol, we are going to use the 2 parallel lines. In push button symbols, we are going to use the line with one say buttons like symbol over here. Okay, so sometimes the NO contact symbol is represented in this manner also. Okay, sorry. So sometimes what you are going to do, the NO contact symbol is represented like this also. So you should be very careful when you are going to draw the symbol of NO type push button and NO type contact. So in NO type push button, okay, this push button is normally used as a start push button, and NC type push button is normally used as a stop push button. These are also input devices. Okay, then overload heater. So overload, this is the symbol used for overload, or sometimes you are going to use this symbol also. NC button symbol NC contact symbol can also be used as a overload symbol. Then this is the symbol of fuse, and this is the symbol of 3 phase induction motor. Okay, so you need to draw all these symbols in a notebook, because these symbols are used in the control diagram. When you are going to draw the control diagram, at that time we need to draw all these symbols over here, and the 3 phase motor symbols can be used in the power diagram. NO contact, NC contact, relay coil, solenoid valve, indicating lamp, NO push button, NC push button, overload heater. These are the symbols which are used in the control diagram, and 3 phase motor, fuse, these symbols are used in the power diagram. Okay, so apart from this, these are the commonly used symbols. So if I want to use the flow switch, so this is the symbol for flow switch, NC type flow switch and NO type flow switch. So it is just like a flag. Okay, here NC contact over here, and to the NC contact you have to attach one flag over here. So that is the symbol for your NC. Then normally close, normally if you are going for the limit switch, the symbol of limit switch will be like this one. This is just a triangle. A triangle is connected to the NC. Okay, so this is the symbol of your limit switch. So symbols are very important. Then for temperature switch, the symbol NC contact, and to this we are connected a pulse over here. So this is the symbol of NC contact. For pressure switch, the symbol of pressure switch for NO and NC is like this one. To this we have connected the semicircle over there. Okay, and liquid level, so this is the symbol for float. So if I want to measure the level, or if I want to control certain application with the help of the level of liquid in certain application, so I am going to connect a float over here, and for this purpose this one. If I am going to use a timer, so for timer the symbol is this one. Closed timer we are going to show the downward arrow, and for timing NC, for NC we are going to show the downward arrow, and for NO we are going to show the upward arrow over here. Okay, then circuit breaker, so the symbol of circuit breaker is 2 circles, small circle with the 1 half circle over here. Okay, and these are the symbol of your transformer. So these are the commonly used symbols. Okay, you are supposed to draw all these symbols in your notebook, because these symbols are used in your control diagram as well as in your power diagram. Some symbols are used for the power diagram, some symbols are used for your control diagram. It will sound when something is going to be happen dangerous. Okay. Yeah, Saurabh Patil. Okay, is there any difficulty?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay, so a small assignment for you. Draw all the symbols. Okay. Okay, we'll stop today. Tomorrow we will discuss about the control circuit and power circuit. What is meant by control circuit and what is meant by power circuit, and then we will discuss the control circuit for some application as well as their power circuit. So we'll discuss about the simple motor application in tomorrow's lecture, and we'll discuss how to draw the control circuit for this application and what is meant by the power circuit. Okay, so that we will discuss in the tomorrow's lecture.
Hello. Good morning. Hmm. Hmm.